hoping that I've not moved anything out of place and everything's where it should be, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Sliced my finger, like there's a chunk that's basically like it's a bit gross. So yeah, and then I might have passed out.
Welcome to our sailing channel, Sailing Indiana. If you haven't met us yet, we're Lauren and Chris, a sailing couple from the UK. We bought a beautiful 37-foot 1989 Gypsy 372. We started learning how to sail, undertook a huge refit, and finally left the UK in search of warmer waters. We'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and follow us on this journey. Welcome aboard. Welcome to A Coruna, northwest Spain. We've been here for a couple of weeks now, gathering ourselves after an engine fault saw us call a rescue tow into the marina after a 36-hour sail from Gijon.
For the rescue boat, I got you back with the ETA of the rescue boat to your position.
This week, we're trying to find the issue. We think it could be either the prop bracket, stern seal, or gearbox. Just going to clean around it so that nothing drops in. Okay, so this is how you check the level. In the gearbox, you just put the dipstick in, but you don't screw it in, you just go to that point, and that is the level then. And then there's a max line, which is the only line on there, and the min is the bottom. So it needs to be at the max line, ideally, and there's not even any on it at all.
Okay.
So this could be
The issue.
This could be the issue.
I mean, in some ways we hope it is.
In some ways we hope it is, because we might need to get lifted out. There is something shining in there, which is oil of some description, but it takes a 2030 oil, which we don't have. I think we need to get hold of some of that tomorrow. Yeah, that could possibly be causing issues, grinding and so forth. I don't know if that's where I thought it sounded like it was coming from. When I put my head in the back locker, it sounded like the noise was aft. So yeah, potentially as easy as that. I mean, the prop is spinning fine. You can see there, not even a noise either way. You'd think then if it was P-bracket related, maybe then there'd be a grinding and a metal sound. There's a sort of rubber cutlass bearing in between it, so unless the cutlass bearing is completely gone, you shouldn't get metal on metal from the prop spinning. If the bracket itself was loose and maybe rubbing on the side of the hull or the metal, I don't know if that's metal either, is it? Because it's just going to be fiberglass. So it makes more sense that it would be a metal on metal grinding of gears or something. Yeah. Oh well, we'll start there, see if it's that. Hello.
What is happening here? Ooh.
It's cut my
Cut you-
syndication off.
oh, good.
What's happening? I am gonna dive down and see if I can figure out if there's anything wrong under the water. Just gonna give the prop a good wiggle, the P bracket a good wiggle, see if we've still got a cutlass bearing. That would be ideal. Also look at where the prop exits the boat, see if there's anything touching around that. Film everything on this, yeah, and just try and find something, because we put the engine on yesterday, put it in gear, and the sound wasn't there again, so which is really annoying in a way, because if it's an intermittent issue, then we're going to get the issue at some point in the future, possibly not when we're at a nice marina where we've got facilities to get lifted out and people on hand to help. So it'd be nice to be able to replicate the issue at some point, like here, or at least find a further issue, you know, if it's under the waterline. So yeah, I'm gonna get wet.
Skate with Steve.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's quite chilly out here actually.
following on from diving down to the boat and just checking out everything down below, couldn't find anything that remotely looked like it was wrong. Gave the P bracket a really good tug, nothing moving there. All seemed in the same place as it was when we put it back in the water. Nothing wrong with the cutlass bearing, nothing touching the sides where the prop comes out of the boat, nothing there. Everything's spinning freely, and the prop itself all attached fine, no movement back, forth, side to side. So yeah, it was a puzzling one. So now all I'm going to do is put the engine on and put her into gear, try and replicate the noise, because there's always been a sort of slight noise, like a whirring sound, since the boat's been back in the water this year, and the work was done. It was like a little whirring sound between 0 and sort of 1800 RPM, and just thought nothing of it. Thought it might be something caught within the cutlass bearing or something like that, a bit of crustaceans or something. So yeah, we just kind of ignored it, but it seemed like that the big crunchy noise was sort of elaboration on that noise, or originating from where that noise came from, maybe. So yeah, if we can replicate at least that part of it, then we can maybe try and identify or locate or isolate where it's coming from, and maybe go from there. But the three areas that we are looking at are either the gearbox, the dripless seal, or the P bracket. I've had a few tips from people that have said get a bit of wood, stick it one end on the bit you think the noise is coming from, and then put your ear up to the other end, and you'll be able to hear straight through and to hear if there's something wrong with it. So yeah, I'm going to try that, and that's the next phase of the plan. Right, day 2. So the results of the wood test are that I think it's the gearbox. There's a slight whirring sound coming from the gearbox only when we're in forward, not when we're going astern. Yeah, so I think it was low on oil, as I said, but I don't know whether that'll be the reason. I'm just going to check as well the throttle or the gear shift cable, maybe take that off and just check the positions and see if it is going fully into gear, because that could be an issue as well, and quite a simple fix if it is, because it might just be holding it nearer neutral than it was before. I don't know, and seeing as that I think is something that the contractor looked at when the boat was on the hard, it makes sense then that we've now got this new noise this year since we got launched back in the water. So yeah, something to investigate today. Yeah, it's a nice morning. I'm going to take the bike and get some oil for the gearbox, get some oil for the engine, and hopefully get an exhaust pipe so we can sort that leak out as well. Life in a Spanish marina. Yeah, it's a bit windy here, but otherwise it's okay. Yeah, this is what we do in the evening. We walk to the shower. Shower blocks are usually better than
the shower on the boat, even though it's quite a good shower on the boat. But
I can have a non-restricted shower. It's
yeah,
lovely.
we can use as much water as we want. Yeah, that's it. Their exhaust hose arrived. Whew. Good job we got this bike. Exhaust hose is on the boat. 240 euros later for 5 meters of 51 liters exhaust hose. So I'm just really hoping that I've got enough length now that I've measured it right. So we'll see. Shouldn't take long to swap out. Oh no, what's happened?
I sliced my finger. It's not even a good story though. This is like the worst thing ever. Like, it's not even a cool story. I was making dinner, tried to slice some slightly older bread, and it missed and completely just, yeah, has like sliced my finger. Like, there's a chunk that's basically like yeah, it's a bit gross. So yeah, and then I might have passed out.
And then you passed out.
And then I passed out. And you rescued me and brought me in here.
Now you're in the recovery position.
Yeah.
Well, feet up. Oh dear, we didn't get a picture of the wound before we dressed it.
Oh no, should have. So sore now as well, it's like throbbing.
Yeah, but I'll get you some paracetamol or something.
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen might thin the blood though. If it's coagulating, it might.
That's true. Oof.
You might not want to be thinned.
I think I need a cola as well. Some sugar. Oh god, this is sore now. Woo! It looks pathetic,
good.
but honestly, it was really bad. Chris's steri put steri strip on it. I don't know if you call it the same thing here.
Yeah.
Steri strip.
See the blood,
Cleaned
the
it.
nail.
And wrapped it around with a plaster.
Right in the middle of cooking dinner.
And I was making a really nice dinner as well.
That's the most important thing, is obviously rescuing the dinner.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Okay, day 2.
This feels so dramatic for a tiny finger wound.
Yeah, so this, yeah, we're just taking the plaster off to see what we can see. And right, yeah, so you can sort of see then it's cut from up the top right round the corner of the nail, so it sort of follows then.
It literally goes straight up here, doesn't it, and goes around.
In there, but that bit's closed up quite nicely then.
It's just this bit.
And it's just that bottom bit that's, yeah, just a little bit.
But I think I did hit it like just now, so.
Yes, so we just need to keep it closed, keep it clean, and
Don't cut stale bread with a serrated knife that slips and slices your finger.
exactly. All right.
Bye.